please share your slides.
Yeah, I share my screen with the presentation. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we are Gabriele, Zangara, and Ariosto Ponterio. I'm Gabriele. I'm a research fellow in University of Calabria at the Department of Engineering, and we present our paper, Good Technologies and Business for Sustainable Social Growth, the PLY project. So we started with the first point of our agenda, so an introduction of our paper, because a fundamental theme nowadays is represented by the excessive consumption of natural resources, contrasted by the concept of sustainable development, now booming thanks to the clear objectives set out in the UN 2030 agenda with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. A further fundamental link is sustainability as a key for companies and as an engine of advantageous opportunities for the company, both in terms of branding, but also in economic terms, impacting on costs and new market horizons. To improve the effectiveness of these advantages, there are different corporate evaluation criteria, including elements such as the relationship with stakeholders, which lead them to obtain prestigious certification, as example. So Enactus, in this case, is the largest network in the world that combines sustainability with self-entrepreneurship, educating the new generation to follow the driver of innovation. In 2021, Enactus Unical was founded and immediately became the protagonist of the Enactus world by realizing the PLY project and participating in the national competition, being the winner of the Entopan Award. And the PLY comes from the mashup between PLA and play. PLY is the material that will be used for the printing, and play is just precisely the meaning of playing, just playing. So starting with the brand, we aim to make the founding elements of the project clear and evident, that are play, education, and respect for the environment. So the final objective of the study is to analyze the activities implemented in the sustainable field and to be able to create best practices to be replicated in business creation, starting with our project PLY. So in the second part, we studied the sustainability as a driver of development. In 2002, the Johannesburg Declaration on Sustainable Development identified the 3 pillars of sustainability, that are social development, economic development, and environmental protection development. So in lecture 3, Vecchiotto et al. Contributes to this by stating that they believe that not only economic sustainability and environmental sustainability can coexist, but rather that their integration can give rise to advantageous opportunities is increasingly widespread. So the definition attributed to sustainable development is a development model capable of satisfying the needs of the present without the ability of future generations to satisfy theirs. And over the last 50 years, the globalization process has contributed to a development process aimed at material and quantitative growth, but with significant cost in human, social, and environmental terms. The reference model to support the cause is a circular economy, which responds to the desire for sustainable growth. And the first global program of eco-sustainable policies was Agenda 21, which is followed by Agenda 2030, with the 17 development goals that are a framework of action and objectives to improve the lives of population around the world and safeguard the ecosystem of the planet. So the declaration in the final of sustainability, the declaration of the triple bottom line, is the translation of the research and the importance of balance between the 3 pillars of sustainability described above, especially for the business world. So we can go on with the sustainability as a driver for business, because the fundamental question that we answer is the reason why companies should undertake a path with a view to sustainability. And thanks to sustainability, the company can create a solid and credible image, build a healthy business in the long term, access to new capital, reduce costs, access to new markets, better manage risk, have efficient and satisfied employees, improve the planet, of course. Carroll defines in this pyramid different categories of corporate social responsibility, and the interaction between the various levels is a strength and a progress toward corporate sustainability. So, to the benefit of this, there are different certification for companies that send out in this file and that provide valuable recognition for their corporate social responsibility. An example, it's important to study the entire life cycle assessment, like Procter & Gamble studies. And another important element is the carbon footprint, like the website of the Italian Ministry of Ecological Transition. But the main goal has to be the net zero business result, which means being totally sustainable along the entire supply chain by eliminating carbon dioxide emission. And in that analysis must be done on internal stakeholders just to be sustainability and entire supply chain. So it's important to consider also the stakeholders of the company. The Enactus Award that we started with this motto, we believe that investing in students who do entrepreneurial action for others creates a better world for everyone. So this is a motto of Enactus, an international organization that promotes entrepreneurial leadership through sustainable collaboration between students and business and academic leaders. The network is very big, 72,000 of students, and who are defined as entrepreneurs, value-driven, and social innovators. So, entrepreneurial culture and consequently entrepreneurial education is becoming increasingly important in today's world. Through participation in Enactus project, students are more likely to appreciate the process of entrepreneurship better. The strength of the creation of this virtuous network of Enactus is precisely the learning by doing, through which young people can see that their skills are the driving force for a sustainable and social growth of their country. So we study the scientific literature also in this way to confirm the importance of the network Enactus also in our project. So we go on the business idea. So speak my colleague Ariosto, the floor is yours.
Thank you. During the last academic year, Enactus Unicolab had the privilege of representing for the first time the University of Calabria in an international reality, such as Enactus with academic leaders, Professor Luigi Filici and Professor Maria Carmela Passarelli. The greatest strength of the PLAI project is to be able to combine what has been described in the literature regarding sustainability and apply it into a real business project that can bring a concrete improvement to the business owner, but above all, the whole society. The value proposition of PLAI, which is a place a sustainable platform developed to enable children to co-design their toys and print them through 3D printing technology. The project introduced two different types of innovation. In the first place, it is an innovation not inherent in the product or the process itself, but reinterprets the existing ones with a new mode of use that allow us to express intrinsic latent potential. In particular, we can refer to the unusual target associated with the technique of 3D printing, which are children. Another type of innovation, on the other hand, is related to a product created to obtain the overall service. The technological platform is the heart of, will contain an artificial intelligence module capable of translating what is designed and created by children into 3D modeling such that it can be really printed. Play, along with the basic needs of nutrition, health, shelter and education, is vital to develop the potential of all children. With this quote, we just analyzed that the business idea meets many of the Sustainable Development Goals. Starting from the first and the 10th SDG, no poverty and reduce inequality. 617 million children and adolescents worldwide are unable to reach minimum levels of reading and math proficiency. The PLY project managed to impact on these objectives thanks to the partnership with not-profit organizations operating in this context. Consider that Save the Children has already expressed particular appreciation for our project. The expression prosumers is really important for us, and it was coined by Alfred Toffler in the book The Third Wave. It is a crisis of the term producer and consumer, that indicates a consumer who is turned in a producer, or in the very act that consumes contributes to production. The educational aspect of the project is the key factor to involve all organizations in the field of education as a methodological innovation for learning. The goal that PLY wants to achieve is to create an extensive community, both in purely numerical terms and in terms of geographical areas, taking advantage of the end user present all over the world and the team of instruction that is the basis for the better future. But let's go a little bit further in the implementation of the project. The 3D printing is the central element of the project, of course, but fused deposition modeling technology works with specialized 3D printers and thermoplastic suitable for production to make robust, durable, and dimensionally stable parts, with the highest degree of precision and repeatability compared to any other 3D printing technology. In addition, other advantages for which to use the FDM model, FDM 3D printing technology was chosen in the clean technology, easy to use and ideal for environmental such as schools, office, libraries. Fused deposition modeling is the most widespread form of 3D printing and works with extrusion of thermoplastic by means of heated nozzle that melts the material and deposits the plastic layer by layer on a printing platform. The layers are laid one at a time until the part is completed. So it's widely proven and fast-growing technology, but it's not yet achieved large-scale adoption to the excessive cost for retail market and the technical expertise needed to use it. The goal, therefore, like our goal, is to reduce this gap through the creation of and the implementation of a user-friendly platform. So that the 3D printer must be connected to the application via router, and it will allow you to print the various model from your smartphone or tablet. Regarding the material that we are going to use, it's PLA. It's widely used in 3D printing and has some ideal characteristic for our project. It's not toxic, biodegradable, renewable, and really cheap. Thermoplastic material reacts to heat by softening and thus acquiring a malleability that allows modeling to form finished product and subsequently the return to acquire rigidity. PLA has zero impact on the atmosphere in relation to that emission of CO2. Plants, corn in this case, absorb CO2 from the atmosphere and transform it into sugar, thanks to the chlorophyll photosynthesis. Even in the case of combustion, the CO2 emitted is reabsorbed in the equal quantities by the plants used for production. Any source of dextrose can be used to produce PLA. In addition, the bioplastic is biodegradable and compostable, so it degrades rapidly in the soil once the necessary temperature and humidity conditions are reached. One of the most important parts of our project is the platform, and that for sure is the central point of the technology and the entire network. Obviously, it will have to be accessible to end user. And for this reason, it will be divided in a schematic and clear way with the presence of various sections. The main section will be the one related to library, as it has most general functionality and above all, a great amount of products. And from this section, anyone can upload or download print-ready templates. By such model, we mean 3D files in STL, ready to be included in the slicing program and then sent to print. Slicing is a mandatory process for 3D printing technology, as the printer needs to know the model layer by layer in order to actually reproduce it. In this process, several factors can be set, such as the size of the model, the position of the axis, of the printing plane, the presence of the support during printing, and etc. etc. The library section will be divided in three main parts. Toys, where in fact there will be ready-to-print toys. Educational, where we are going to have educational paths for students, and utility with common objects ready to be printed. Thanks to the use of PLA, there is the possibility both of being zero impact in terms of CO2 emission, but also thanks to its technical characteristics of creating resistant products that are compatible with numerous daily functions. The most important functionality we will find in the specific section create. This section will be the perfect combination of creativity and technology. Artificial intelligence will dominate, thanks to which the drawing and the invention of each user will become a real toy through 3D modeling in automated way, thanks to the UI. And then ready to be printed. This feature actually gives the children the ability to co-design and print their toys. Therefore, users are seen as prosumer, an internal part of the platform innovation process. The main actors of both the finished products and the initial input that generates an ad hoc process for each of them. The ultimate goal is to make their training better and try to help the future of our planet with better people. The goal that guides humanity is the continuous growth from a professional, social, and economic point of view. The greatest satisfaction that an individual can feel is to have the ability to create well-being for the entire ecosystem that surrounds us, not only the personal one. It is necessary to link the concept of well-being to the paradigm of sustainability, as it is essential to achieve positive economic results, generates ideas that impact in an improving way in the social, and finally take care of the environment, keeping in mind the optimal condition of zero neutrality. The Play project, as an ideal concept, takes up all the pillars of sustainability and became a virtuous model to be replicated. Pursuing noble goals, therefore, leads to greater success. Knowing how to exploit progresses and knowing how to use technologies is the solution to create good businesses that contribute to sustainable social growth for a better future of the entire community. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the interesting talks, Gabriele and Ariosto. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. We have 2 minutes to take questions. Is there any questions from the audience?